Kinuha ko lang yung cellphone ko.
Alright, welcome back dito sa latest episode ng Deep Dive Bloodbath episode. Ang dami natin pag-usapan. Mukhang finally, sige na nga, balikan natin yung Philippine politics. Sir Ronald, there's so much happening in the world. Like all the data, stock market, every time checking, medyo nawala ako sa eksena. Di ko nga alam kung safe pa to fly back with all the crazy situation happening.
Wala ka ba?
Especially kung, hindi kasi
Talaga?
Emirates ang gulo gulo ng situation. So I don't know. I hope it will be. Baka nga it can get worse pa nga. But let's see. But
Hindi ko
Sir Rod,
napansin na wala ka. Hindi ko napansin na wala ka. I can always feel you here.
yun nga Yun din na napansin ko, Sir Rod. Parang okay pa rin naman kahit wala ako dyan. In the sense that di mo naman ako nami-miss. Pero
Oh,
nami-miss pa rin yung analysis natin. Pero
ay, nakakamiss lang naman
kasi
sa'yo
Ronald.
nakakamiss lang naman sa'yo si Malutekia, yan si
Uy, wag kang ganun.
Guanzo.
Competition na natin sila. Ano na sila? SMNI.
Oo.
TV.
Oo.
Personalities na sila. Kasama si
Pinapakain daw tayo ng
Ricky.
alikabok. Pinapakain daw tayo ng alikabok.
Oo.
Wala
Kawawa
daw
naman
tayong
tayo,
ibang
nilalangaw
version.
lang tayo sa Ronald. Kaya competition na natin ngayon sa Ronald in mainstream media. Itong mga, hindi na pala ka-DDS, ka-SMNI.
Yes.
Kiboloy for the win. Okay, okay, Sir Ronald. Let's get to let's get serious before we talk about Sara impeachment and the oil crisis in the Philippines. I'm hearing horrible things across the
We
world.
are we are always serious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. We're serious. Speaking of very serious, Sir Ronald. So,
Mm.
kahapon it was announced. I don't know why the world missed that. They just look at the missile launches of North Korea. But nanalo ng 99.3% ng votes. Kim
Mm.
Jong-un, Democratic, ano yun, People's Workers' Party of Korea
Ha?
sa parliamentary elections.
Ha?
Just
He
to be clear,
won?
Sir Ronald, ito yung party na may MOU with party ni Digong. Nung panahon
Ah,
ni Digong, di ba I was in North Korea 2018,
oo.
parating daw, may MOU silang na with the PDP Laban. So, just to be clear, ito kapartido ng ano yan, sister party ng PDP Laban yan. 99 point. So, immediately ang reaction ko, okay, I hope okay yung mga bumoto ng 0.003% kung buhay pa sila. I mean, imagine mo, I'm sure Kim Jong-un would 100%. Like, oh my God, 0.003, hindi bumoto kay Kim Jong-un. Sino yung nanalo ng 0.03? Nasa,
Kinakain na yun. Kinakain na sa mga aso yun.
yun yung kwento sa tito niya, di ba? Yung tito niya,
Oo.
pinagano niya, pinakain sa aso. I mean, Sir Ronald, are we
So,
forgetting North Korea? I mean, this is
ganda
incredible.
pala, ang ganda pala ng ambisyon ng PDP Laban, no? Na ang
Tatlo!
spokesman.
Sir Ronald, tatlo yung kapartido ng sister party. Communist
Oh.
Party of China, yung Russian Party ni Putin, at ito talaga yung Workers' Party
Ah,
of Korea. Yun, grabe
ah,
talaga yung PDP laban, no?
oh. Eh, lalo na ngayon, ang spokesperson nila si Topaccio, no?
Oh my God.
Si
Si ano?
Topaccio ang yung spokesperson
Di
ng
ba si
PDP.
ano, si Sexy pinapa-disbar na ni Attorney Falsis. Parang ano na nagbar the goal. Sir, just to remind people, can you give us a history of PDP Laban Party because people forget it used to be a serious party, a progressive party with a strong Mindanao base, 'di ba? Pimentel. Can you remind people what happened?
Oh, Nelly Pimentel ay alam ko guest member diyan si Cory Aquino, no? Tapos namatayan for a while, no? Nawala yung mga members. Kaya pinahiram yan kay Digong. Pinahiram yan kay Digong dahil may local party si Digong, wala siyang national party. So pinahiram sa kanya yung PDP laban nung mag-amang Pimentel. Isa lang ang miyembro nila noon na congressman, si Bebot Alvarez yata. So nung lumaban sila ay it's an empty shell of the old PDP laban. Siyempre, nung nanalo sila, lahat nag-PDP laban na. At ang mga leaders niyan ay si Kusi at saka si Melvin Matibag na Director General ngayon ng NBI, di ba? So just a short na history. Pati si Manny Pacquiao naging miyembro niyan. Naalala ko nung nasa China ako before, nandun si Manny Pacquiao, nandun si Kusi, nandun si GMA, no? Nandun sino pa ba? Si Coco Pimentel. Meron silang a grand event with the Communist Party of China na sister party nila, no? Tapos nag-share sila ng ideology. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung shinare ng
Pero
PDP
yung
Laban.
North Korea
Tapos
Workers Party ang hindi ko kaya eh.
binigyan sila ng several volumes ng libro ni Xi Jinping. No? Sabi ko doon sa kausap ko, sabi ko, pustahan. In English, sabi ko, pustahan. Ni isa dyan, walang babasa yung libro ni Xi Jinping. Oh, unlike
Kapay
me,
ka,
ako,
Sir Ronald. Binasa ko yung
binasa ko
binigay
lahat
sa
ng libro
akin.
ni Xi Jinping, 5 volumes. So,
Meron
oh,
ako yung executive summary. ChatGPT ko na lang. Give me a summary in one page of the entire 5 volume of
puro palaman yun puro speeches Puro
collection
speeches,
anthology. Para siyang anthology.
mga party plenum, etc. etc. Ang wala ron yung sinabi dati ni Xi Jinping na they won't go the path of Russia who threw the baby with the bathwater na
Gorbachev. You mean Gorbachev?
dinisolve yung Communist Party. At binanatan niya si Putin na these are not ideologues. These are ang tawag niya ako
Nihilists. Ni
nihilist. These
nihilist,
are
yeah.
nihilist, walang
Yeah.
ideology na ang habol lang nila ay power, no? Binanatan niya 'yon. That was uh, 2018, I think, 2018. No? So, kanya na party
Shanghai
plenum,
yata siya, no? Shanghai party chief yata
party
siya.
plenum 'yan, yung
Yeah, yeah,
kinuha
yeah.
niya. No? Hindi ko makalimutan 'yon dahil binanatan niya yung kwan. At kami ay iba, kami ay ideological. Itong Russia hindi.
Well,
Anyway,
they're
yung
almost the
mata
same age as Putin, no? They're almost the same age, but I think they're like 5 or 6 months apart. And actually, mahilig
yang
sa
yata,
Rush. Hmm?
yang yata si Xi.
Nang
Kasi
5 or 6 months, I think. Something like that. Basta almost kabatch sila. And then, Russian literature yata ang favorite pala ni Xi Jinping. I think nung na-purge siya nung kabataan niya, di ba, during Cultural Revolution. I think
hmm.
nagbasa na lang siya ng Russian literature, Dostoevsky, Turgenev para to get over depression. But
Oo,
he
oo.
knows Russia very well, yeah.
Para sa akin, the best writers are Russian. No? Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, no? Turgenev. Magagaling pagsulatan
They're
pala.
best because they're relatable, right? Kasi ano sila, late developing other countries sila, 'di ba? No, parang makikita mo yung traumas of modernization, yung kanilang deracinated elite. Parang very familiar, 'di ba? If you're from global south or post-colonial country and then you read the Russian novels, parang yun din ang mga challenges natin, 'di ba? As we try to cope with the West and catch up with the West. Yun yung kagandahan ng Russian novels, eh.
Ang lalim ng kanilang insights to the human psyche. Lalo na si Dostoevsky. No? Kaya paborito ko yung Brothers Karamazov. Yan yung mga paborito kong libro when I was growing up.
Pero mas
Ah,
bagay sa'yo, Sir Ronald, yung The Demons and the Idiot. I like those two more. But there's
yeah,
one novel people don't know much about. It's more of a novella by Tolstoy called The Enlightenment. It's
yeah.
really like basically him trying to copy, not naman copy, parang basically he channeled Dostoevsky there. It's like, kung hindi mo alam sino author, you would have thought Dostoevsky wrote it. It's like, it opens with this scene of a woman in a court and then suddenly the guy recognizes that woman and then realizes he contributed to parang the tragedy. And then he
Yeah.
worked it the way back in a very Dostoevsky way. I mean, it's crazy. So,
Yeah.
and apparently Dostoevsky, Tolstoy would sleep at night with brothers Karamazov on one side before he slept. But anyway, Sarah, before we get sa bagay, makes sense to talk about Sara Duterte and Philippine
Yeah.
politics, starting with brothers Karamazov. This is so bad, so bad.
Saka
So
War and Peace, no? When I was in elementary, yan ang binabasa ko, War and Peace. Nainlove ako kay Natasha Rostov. No? Nainlove
lahat
ako
naman,
niya.
Sir Ronald, na-in-love ka kagad. Basta
Uukit ko pa yung pangalan niya dun sa bubong namin at saka dun sa puno. Dahil in love ako sa karakter niya. No, no?
The Idiot, the main character also there, the woman, parang mga femme fatale. Very similar din. So there's some similarities there, I suggest, Sir Ronald. So marami kang mga ma-in-lovean, Sir Ronald.
Oh,
Natasha pala is
ano niya?
Natalie in Russian. Because
Yes.
I was asking my friends in Russians, like, what is Natalie? They say it's Natalie.
Hmm. Yeah. Tapos maganda yung kanila eh. Dahil yung combination ng modernity at saka pre-modernity.
Yun
No?
nga yung sinasabi ko, kaya relatable sa atin, di ba? Na ganun din tayo. Tapos di ba yung mga elite nila speak French. They don't speak Russian, para language of serfs. Ganun din sa atin, di ba? Yung elite natin speak Spanish before and then now, I don't know, Konyo. Katulad nung iba, hindi sa atin. But Sir Ronald, speaking of war and peace, how bad is the situation there in terms of oil crisis? The property market is collapsing in places like Dubai. May capital controls na hindi ka makaalis ng pera. Jet fuel is like on fire in terms of literally and figuratively in terms of prices. Iran probably is trying to turn Strait of Hormuz into Suez Canal. They'll put customs there. Only Chinese renminbi denominated trades get passed by. I mean, and in Bangkok, I'm hearing people cannot even find diesel anymore. Like, it's not just mahal siya, hindi na makahanap ng tao. I mean, it's 3 weeks into this war. We might see as much shock as the 1979 Iranian Revolution to the world economy, if not the 1974, 1975 oil shock crisis after the Yom Kippur War. I mean, what is your read on this, sir? And how bad is the situation there? Because here in Europe, nagpapanik na lahat.
At least sa Pilipinas, kung tumagal pa yung gera ng 3 weeks, no, it will be a disaster for us. No? Dahil our economy was not that strong in the first place. 'Di ba? It's not that strong in the first place. Tapos tatamaan pa tayo nito. 'Di ba? May economic slowdown na tayo, nangyari pa ito. At ang ating oil reserves ay at best sinasabi ng gobyerno 30 days. Yung mga insiders sinasabi less than 20 days. Ngayon, very very bad na nga na nagdoble na. Nag-increase na by 100% yung price of oil, especially diesel. Tapos by end of the week, tataas pa uli yan. Early next week, tataas uli. So every week tumataas siya twice, double digit. So malaking problema na yan dahil lahat tataas. Pagkain, gamot, kuryente, etc. Tapos, yung worst case ay maubusan. Dahil wala naman sa atin magbebenta ngayon. Ang sabi ng PNOC, sabi ng gobyerno, nag-explore daw sila na mabibilhan ng 2 million barrels ng oil. Una, sino magbebenta ngayon in the middle of a crisis? At ang word na ginamit nila, explore. Ikalawa, 2 million barrels of oil. 4 days lang nagamit natin yan. No? So, maraming sinasabi, i-review yung oil deregulation law, maraming nagsasabi, ay itong mga itong mga reserves natin talagang i-implement dramatically. Pero these are proposals for the future. Anong mangyayari today, bukas, next week, no? Worst case na nga next month. 'Di ba? So, what will happen to us? Siyempre, yung gobyerno ayaw magkaroon ng panic ang tao. Kaya maunawaan ko pag sinasabi nila, there is no emergency, everything is good, no? There is no oil crisis, we have enough oil, no? Oh, hindi ako magugulat pag sasabihin nila 'yon, 'di ba?
Wait, parang hindi yata Philippine government. There
Oo.
is no
Pero
limit.
in
Everything is under
reality,
control. Everything.
ito, between us boys, no, ay
I
alam
mean,
naman na,
between us boys, we're live now. Like, everyone will see this. Ayun ka
no?
naman, Sir Ronald,
Oo,
eh.
di
Live
ba?
na nga tayo. Between us boys ka
Na
ba?
alam naman natin what's happening eh, di ba? Hindi naman tayo hindi naman tayo maniniwala basta-basta sa propaganda, di ba? So, alam mo, propaganda ng US, we're winning, we're about to destroy Iran. So, makikita mo ngayon puro propaganda, di ba? Pero ano ba yung
Technical
dalawa
term,
yung
spin. Sir
dalawa yung
Ronald,
kailangan
spin.
gawin ng
Spin ang
gobyerno,
tawag.
no? Ano yung immediate relief? Dahil itong binibigay na 5,000 na tulong sa mga tricycle drivers at next week or end of the month sa mga jeepney drivers ay it's a drop in the bucket. Siyempre, hindi lang yan gagamitin ng tricycle drivers sa oil, sa langis. Gagamitin nila yan para sa pagkain na tumataas, para sa gamot na tumataas, para sa lahat ng bagay na tumataas. So, kailangan hindi lang ayuda yung kultura eh. dapat meron kang mas sustained relief. Halimbawa, yung mga mga 6 million minimum wage earners. Anong gagawin mo diyan? 'Di ba? Kailangan mo diyan bigla ng daily ECOLA increase. Dapat yung SSS, GSIS, Pag-ibig, 'di ba? Yung amortization ay itigil muna sa mga binabayad, no? Tapos itong mga parating dito ng mga OFW, dapat yung SSS nila magamit nila. Yung 'di ba? Dapat bigyan 'yan. Tapos itong excise tax, hindi mo alam kailan niya mag-come into play. Naaprubahan na. Yan ba ay 1 month from now? Dahil merong mga technical requirements yan bago go into play. Baka mas mahalaga pa sa akin, IBAT. Dahil yung IBAT sa electricity, lahat makikinabang sa electricity yan. Hindi lang yung mga companies, kundi bawat consumer. So, kailangan pag-usapan yan na ano ba yung immediate, ano yung medium term. No? Kung hindi pa pwedeng pag-usapan yung long term. Yan yung hinahanap ko sa gobyerno. Rather than the propaganda na wala namang oil crisis, wala namang emergency. Ba't humingi ng emergency powers ang presidente? Bakit nagkaroon ng emergency excise tax suspension, di ba? So, yung ganun ba,
Better
we
kaya, Sir
should have
Ronald,
been
i-explain nila
prepared
step
from the
by
very
step.
start.
Maybe
Pero
they
dahil
yeah.
wala, anong gagawin natin ngayon? No? Baka pwede ka mag-propose habang nandiyan ka sa Ox.
Ayun kasi binubully mo na naman ako, Sir Ronald. Yung internet na naman. Ayan tayo. 1 second lang, guys. Nang bubuli kasi Sir Ronald tuloy. Ayan. Andiyan ka pa ba, Sir Ronald? Or ako yung nawawala? 1 second. Ayan, Sir.
Oh,
Binubuli mo naman. Oxford ka na. Oxford tuloy na. Wala pa internet naman.
wala ka tuloy.
Biglamig na nga bigla. Wala nga kami heater. Wala electric. Parang na-miss ko pa ang Pilipinas. At least medyo mainit natural.
Sabi ko naman, dahil may kaunti kang detachment, no? Baka mas pakinggan ka ng gobyerno sa mga proposals mo kaysa yung mga bias na katulad ko na laging binabanatan ang gobyerno. So
Bakit,
baka
Sir
mas
Ronald? Parang, parating backhanded yung mga compliments mo sa akin.
real compliment yun Real.
I'm really having a hard time believing na,
Masyado ka
parang feeling ko na,
masyado,
Sir Ronald, feeling
masyado
ko
ka
never
naman
ka believe sa
insecure.
akin. Sir
Masyado ka
Ronald,
naman insecure.
feeling ko, Sir
Com-
Ronald, never ka believe sa akin.
hindi na nga kayo compliment.
Hindi, hindi, gusto ko yan, gusto ko yan, gusto ko
Kung
yan.
bakit hindi mo compliment, nagagalit ka.
Ano
No?
na tayo?
Sabihin,
Hindi ka
galing
lang
sa
pala, Sir
akin.
Ronald, hindi ka lang digong of the left. Ano pala tayo? The Great Pretenders na rin pala tayo. Kakatroll ko lang kanina, biglang nawala internet. Kung may nagsabi, pretender daw tayo, ba't tayo nag-usap ng energy crisis? Wala naman tao tayo expertise, Sir Ronald. Paano yan, Sir Ronald?
Nagsimula nga tayo sa literature di ba? Ayaw mo ba
Hindi,
literature?
actually, kinabahan na naman yung mga tao. Baka hindi lang sa
Ano
MIT,
ba
pati
pinag-uusapan nitong dalawa? No? Tolstoy, Turgenev, di ba? Dostoevsky.
Google, mag-Google
Yung iba
tayo.
dyan,
Google.
nagchat-chat GPT na. Sino ba yung mga yun?
Oo. Hindi nga alam ng ChatGPT. Hindi, tinatanong niya sa ChatGPT, sino to si Ronald Llamas at Richard H. Arian? Bakit pati aerodynamics pinapasukan nila? No,
Pero
sir,
yung isang pinaka-paborito kong lines, lalo na sa panahon ng ganitong crisis, yung sa Brothers Karamazov. No? Ano
it
yung
is
line
to
doon?
God.
We have to learn to smile in the face of the inevitable, to laugh even at the looming of death. Di ba? Kahit napaka-seryoso ni Dostoevsky, may ganun pa rin siyang sense of humor. No?
Defiance even, yeah. But yeah, it's a Christian orthodoxy. I was just talking to my Ukrainian friends about Christian Orthodox. Iba yung ano nila eh. Um, yung parang sense of martyrdom, ganun makikita mo yan, di ba? Sa Brothers Karamazov, parang it talks about
Yes.
eh, basically themes of martyrdom and all. But Sir Ronald, baka ano na naman tayo. No, no, but going back to this, honestly, even if the war to end tomorrow, which is impossible, yung secondary, tertiary effect shocks are gonna come in. Fertilizer markets are already affected. Future markets are going crazy. There's going to be huge realignment. I think Malaysia is going to be the only Southeast Asian country that will do well out of this crisis kasi may oil sila, small population. And the data centers, I don't know kung safe ng Middle East for any data centers anymore after everything. So baka they'll go more into Malaysia. But basically, everyone is going to be hit very, very hard here. So, Ronald, so under these conditions, don't you think we have to like seriously talk about why are we so vulnerable to external shocks? Why are we so dependent on imports? Kanina lang I saw one diplomat from the Philippine embassy sa China sharing. I didn't know this fact. We rely pala on China for refineries. Like we only have one like sa Batangas lang. I mean like I didn't know we were that weak. I mean I knew we were not doing well, but the more I
Well,
dig
massive
into
yung ano
numbers,
eh,
like what
massive
the
yung
heck?
massive yung refining ng China on their east coast. Kaya malapit sa atin, no? Kaya siguro one of the reasons kaya ah, nagpapa-refine doon yung mga suppliers natin ay dahil nga malapit, no? Pwedeng isang dahilan 'yon. I'm not too sure, no? Dahil pero ang China kasi ay hindi naman siya talaga a major oil producing country eh. No, ang malakas sa kanila ngayon ay solar power ng mga renewables. Pero in terms of oil, hindi naman talaga sila. Kaya alam ko 80% ng oil galing sa Strait of Hormuz pumupunta ng China primarily or India, no? Pero primarily China. Kaya yung sinasabi ng mga kaibigan mong DDS, yan kasi tayo, inaway natin ng China. Kung hindi natin inaway, dapat binibigyan tayo ng oil ng China. Eh, kahit kakampi natin ng China, hindi tayo bibigyan ng oil nun.
I mean China
Kaya
is
nga sila
actually
pumupunta sa West Philippine Sea para dahil sa oil
yeah, they
natin.
want to have. I mean, China actually has a huge oil production, but for domestic use lang yan. But you're correct to say na yung renewable energy nila is so strong. They're coally strong. They have nuclear. So very diversified yung kanilang economy. Kaya mas actually, ang mas apektado dito tayo, Japan, Korea, 'di ba? Yung
Yes.
mga US allies actually. So Ronald, actually I was thinking about it yesterday dahil
Even China na double whammy with Venezuela at saka dito sa
oh,
Iran. Tinamaan sila diyan.
but still, they're getting. I think Iran's oil export is still 80% of pre-war, 1.2 million. I think yung export nila from 1.8 or something. So I don't know if you're and China gets 80% of that on discount, diba? And now everything should be renminbi denominated. So in a way, China is juicing this. Russia is obviously juicing this. There are more reports confirming that Russia was helping with the coordinates and all. Kaya napaka-precise yung hit ng lahat ng missiles. And obviously, Russia makes 150 million dollars more every day because of the oil price hike now. So the numbers are crazy. But having
Imagine,
said, yeah.
imagine Trump asking help from Russia and China.
Siyempre sabi
Imagine.
ni Putin, I will help you, wink wink, di ba? Sabi ni Trump, Putin, of course I'll help you. We will de-escalate
Huh?
and wink wink.
Uh,
Like,
Imagine they're asking help from Russia and China after everything, di ba?
hindi naman daw kailangan ng US ng oil eh. So, I think hindi yata naintindihan ng kaibigan
Oh,
natin. Oil is
more than
traded.
$4 per gallon ng oil sa
More
US.
than $5, yeah. More than
Yeah,
five.
from less than $2 per
It's
gallon.
five
No?
plus dollars na. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yes, mataas pa. So,
It's five
ibig sabihin,
dollars
kahit
na.
hindi nila kailangan ng oil, hindi pa nila nilalabas yung kanilang reserves. Dahil dati kasi nung nangyari yung Ukraine, naglabas sila ng 180 million barrels, no? Para ma-offset yung price. Pero ngayon, parang hindi pa. Hmm.
Eh, kasi nga, di ba, they allowed Iran to let the oil pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Nakita mo yan? Like, parang, oh, no, no, we're allowing them to pass it to stabilize
Yeah.
the market. Parang gawain
Yes.
mo yan sa Ronald, yung parang, dyan ka lang, pero agree ako na dyan ka lang. Parang gano'n. Dyan ka lang ha, pero agree ako na dyan ka. So, ako
Oo.
pa rin yung panalo. Para may
No?
pagkaganon ka, Sir Ronald.
Sabi ni Hexet, no?
Oo.
The Strait is Hormuz is open, no? Except that Iran is shooting at the boats passing
But
there.
it's open. Otherwise, it's
It's
open.
open, no? But it's
It's just
open.
ano lang,
It's
oh.
just the shooting of
Social
Iran.
construct, social construct. I think people don't realize how close is the Strait of Hormuz. It's like a
80 kilometers wide.
parang basically nasa NLEX ka, doble mo yung NLEX. Parang ganyan ka narrow at some point. how are you gonna control that from like drone attacks and missiles and artillery and whatnot, right? So I think people don't realize the geography of this. And also with modern warfare like drone warfare. Basically, I think
I
you
mean, tumulong ang US sa UK tsaka sa France to help escort the tankers. Sabi ng UK tsaka ng France, no way, no way.
I mean, it's gonna be a mid grinder. I mean, it's I don't know what the heck they're trying to do now, but uh,
Naalala ko 87 nung sinara yung Strait of Hormuz. Tapos yung US
tanker
inescortan
wars, tanker
yung
wars.
tankers, di ba?
Yeah,
Inescortan yung
pero
isang
wala kasing drones nun, Sir
8,000
Ronald. Eh.
8,000
Yeah.
tonner, no? Yung isang 8,000 tonner na tanker, inescortan ng isang 420 thousand tonner na battleship ng US. Ang sumabog yung battleship.
And
Yung
back,
battleship.
but that was that I'm glad you
At
raised the
ano
issue.
yun, it's just an aquatic mine.
Yeah, it's
Aquatic mine
yeah.
lang yun, which at that time only cost $100. Imagine mo yun, no? Yung ganun.
I think
Astig
yung
warfare.
minesweepers ng US, they just retired a couple of them, and a lot of them are actually now in Malaysia, Southeast Asia. I don't know if they're gonna send there, but baka too late na by the time. Pero si Milei ng Argentina is gonna send a warship. I didn't know they have still warships after Falkland Wars. Sabi ko, may warship pa lang Argentina. Baka by the time na dumating, tapos na, iba na yung gera.
Oh, isang
By the
kwan
way,
lang yun,
Sir
isang
Ronald, yung
aquatic mine
listahan
lang
ng
yun.
mga sasali.
Isang
Mga
aquatic mine.
landlocked, Czech Republic, Argentina, Bolivia, Mongolia. Like yung joke na gano'n.
Ah, di ba? Yung sitwasyon natin is not a joking matter.
It is
No?
not. It is very serious. It is very
No,
serious.
ano mangyayari dito? No? Ayaw natin magpanik yung mga Pilipino, pero parang kulang eh yung mitigation plan ng gobyerno. At yan, gagamitin na yan ng mga Duterte. Sabi na sa inyo eh. No? O, ganyan, no? Yan ang resulta ng corruption. Sasabihin nila. Oh, tapos habang nagkakagulo, habang may crisis, nag-impeachment kayo. No? Anong ganun? So,
Gagamitin
nakikita
na naman
yung
nila yan.
narrative nila. No? Yung narrative nila. Idinidikit na nila ito sa impeachment na officially nagsimula na today, no? Dahil nga doon sa sagot ad cautelam, yung non-answer ni Sara, no? Pero yun, no? Yun naman yung politics of this. Nagagamitin ito, itong crisis na ito, nung mga Duterte.
But let's seriously talk about this one before we end on the Sarah point. Kasi, um, so I'm seeing some of my Singaporean friends, although, not all, but some are looking at what could this mean for us in Asia. In a sense that if Iran was so managed to hit all of those US bases, 10, 12, 17 bases, facilities, pinpoint yung mga THAAD missile and all, potentially with Russian help. I mean, what that could mean for us if China moves on Taiwan. Of course, operationally, they should be prepared by next year. That was the deadline that Xi Jinping gave. Purge or no purge, they have to be operationally prepared next year. I think the timeline now is even more favorable if paubos na yung mga interceptors ng US. You're not gonna replenish that next year. It's gonna take some time. People don't understand that. You cannot just like, hindi ito, ano lang, di ba? So, people were saying, if China makes a move on Taiwan, baka katulad ng ginawa ng Iran na tinira niya lahat ng mga bases in the region, baka gagawin din ng China yan. So, I didn't know how deep pala yung contribution ng Singapore to the 7th Fleet. Is all the logistics, backup, maintenance pala ginagawa sa Changi, no? Yung mga US naval deployments sa Yokohama, sa Japan. And then obviously, we're just next to Taiwan. So, I mean, Sarah, like seriously, like we have to look at both energy security and geopolitical security. Kasi I think even if we declare we're a province of China tomorrow, China will still see us as a target. Like, so we have to be prepared for a contingency. I'm not saying it's gonna happen next year because it's just operational preparedness. It's a political decision ultimately. And last time I checked, Xi Jinping doesn't decide as impulsively as Trump, but who knows? But the implications are very stark for us in terms of energy security, vulnerability. Pero ba't yung itong sitwasyon na kung saan binabasa ng China yan? I've been warning about this for months and now we have more and more evidence that China is very carefully studying parang laboratory test na itong nangyaring ginawa ng Iran sa lahat ng US bases in the region. So that has stark implications for us too.
Well, yesterday, uh, tinaboy ng Chinese Coast Guard yung isang fishing vessel ng Japan, Asamaru vessel, diyan sa Diaoyu Island, no? Yan yata yung isang
You
first
mean
major
Senkaku? You mean Senkaku?
escalation, no? Galit na galit ang Japan, no? Tapos tayo ay tinaboy din yung ating mga mangingisda yesterday sa Baho de Masinloc. At first time na winarningan ng Chinese Coast Guard yung air asset ng Philippine Coast Guard, no? So, hopefully hindi ito escalation or indicative ng sinasabi mo na possible na escalation around Taiwan. Because ang tingin ko for now ay papabayaan ng US na lumubog sa sariling kumunoy yung US.
Yung US,
Papabayaan ng
don't
China
interrupt your enemy while they're, you
they're
know.
making a mistake. So, kung gagawin nila, gagawa sila ng move sa Taiwan, baka magbago yung complexion. At from being a kontrabida, baka maging bida pa ang US. No? Ikalawa, ay magkakaroon ng eleksyon sa Taiwan eh. So, huwag mong kalimutan, yung three previous elections sa Taiwan, muntik nang manalo yung mga pro-China, Kuomintang, etc. So, baka yun ang gawin nila na kwan dahil very very risky ang isang invasion at this point, no? Lalo na dahil ginugulo ng US ang mundo, tapos sasabayan mo yung gulo, pabayaan mo na muna ang US na lumubog sa sariling kumunoy. Yan ang tingin ko magiging
No,
calculation ng
I
China.
completely agree with you. But my point is like the balance of forces, diba? It will take many years for US to replenish all of those stuff. And actually, China pa yung may control dun sa mga special, mga rare earth minerals na kailangan mo pala for all the interceptors and all of that. So people are just not understanding the second director. But that means we have time. We have time to prepare, diba? I don't think there will be a major war in
Our
Taiwan.
economy had no time.
Our economy has no time, but we have to learn our lesson. I don't want when the next crisis happens and na naman tayo, we're completely, basically nakedly exposed. Like Sir Ronald, we need a serious energy security policy. We need serious refining capabilities,
Yes.
strategic reserves. I mean, something has to be
Yes.
done about
Yes.
this.
Pero nasa page 3 ka na eh. Nasa page 1 pa lang ako eh. Yun yung immediate nating disaster na
Yeah,
nakaambag can happen in a few days. At
yeah, I
most,
know it's bad. Yeah,
yan yung kwan. Yung pinag-uusapan natin is important, but these are medium-term issues. Di ba? Yan yung kailangan natin gawin before 2028. Di ba? So, yun yung dilemma ko eh. No, kaya humihingi kami ng summit, labor, capital, church, no? Para sa gobyerno, sana this week, if not early next week, para mapag-usapan yung concerns ng stakeholders. Dahil parang ang tingin lang ng gobyerno, oh, may problema yung mga transport workers, tricycles, itong jeepneys, etc. Oh, batuhan natin ng 5,000 each. Baka wala na yung problema. No? So, ganun yung attitude nila, ayuda approach. Okay yun. Pero, is that sustainable? Ano ba yung ibang plano next week? Ano yung plano para sa minimum wage earners? Anong plano yung daily ECOLA nitong mga minimum wage earners? Anong plano do sa assets ng gobyerno? 'Di ba? Anong gagawin diyan? Yung anong gagawin mo dun sa 20% ng infrastructure do sa gaan ng gobyerno? Pwede bang i-channel dito? Pwede bang gumawa ng batas diyan immediately? Katulad ng ginawa sa excise tax? It took several days. Pwede ba yan? So, yung ganun ba, magkaroon ka ng isang template, ng isang framework para sa crisis na ito. Diba? Beyond the ayuda, which is also important. No? Yun yung hinahanap ko. Kaya nagsasuggest kami ng isang summit of major stakeholders. If not this week, baka kulang na sa oras. Alam ko, pinag-usapan yan yesterday sa Malacanang, yung offer na yan. Pero wala pang sagot. No? Sana early next week. Because we don't have the luxury of time. No? The mere act of meeting the stakeholders is a positive sign that you're going to listen to those affected. Hindi pa diyan kasama yung farmers na mabubulok yung mga produce dahil baka wala nang magdala sa palengke, 'di ba? Hindi pa diyan kasama yung farmers na tataas yung presyo ng fertilizer. because of this wall. Dahil yung fertilizer di alam ng mga tao, meron niyang petroleum component. Di ba? Mga ganun ba? Hmm.
I completely agree na this is going to be an existential issue for many countries. My projection yata na 40 to 50 million people could fall into extreme hunger in the coming months kung tuloy-tuloy ito all around the world, and probably that will be even more optimistic considering all the other variables we're not looking at. Ang akin lang naman, Sir Ronald, is like when we have this massive, almost black swan, not black swan, more like gray rhino crisis, for me, dapat wake up call yan. And there's something structurally wrong sa ating sistema. Like we completely deregulated our energy markets. Napakahina yung industrial base natin, refinery capacities natin. And as we head to election, which is the last part of discussion today, I want our next presidential candidates, whether it's Sara Duterte, whether it's Lenny, whether it's Bang, whether it's Risa, whoever, I want them to discuss this. Ano bang plano nila for our country? Hindi lang yung mga purong pakyut lang or I mean, corruption is obviously an issue, but even if you have zero corruption, kung wala kang matinong polisiya for energy security, for refining capacity, wala pa rin eh. I mean, we need our presidents, our top leaders to give us a vision of the Philippines which will be much more resilient in the years to come. Should there'll be more of this crisis? Kasi grabe, the world is falling apart. As we speak, I don't think the world will be more stable after this. I think it's going to be a very wild multipolar order, gangster geopolitics, as I put it just before Putin attacked
Yes. Pero
Ukraine.
tama ka Richard, na the crisis also provides an opportunity para tignan what is lacking. Ano yung kulang? Ano yung dapat i-develop, no? Pero most of this will happen medium term to long term, 'di ba? Usapin niya ng salvation ng ating bansa, which is very important. So dapat nakadikit 'yan doon sa immediate relief, no? Yung emergency na nangyayari ngayon. Ang positibo sa crisis, parang wake up call sa atin. Ano ba ginagawa niyo? Ba't wala kayong reserves? Ba't wala kayong refining?
Yun nga,
Di
we're
ba?
so
Wala
vulnerable. Like,
kayong,
what the heck?
wala kayong renewables, di ba? Ano nangyari dyan sa kanyo, sa solar? No?
Nasa
Solar
Ilocos pa rin.
Leviste.
Nasa
Ano nangyari
Lawag.
sa solar Leviste? Ano nangyari dyan sa wind, etc. No? Napaka-strategic ng ating bansa, which is para dito sa mga renewables, di ba? Ba't hindi dine-develop, 'di ba?
Nga, kaya nga Sir Ron, I talk about industrial policy of this thing. Hindi siya catch-all. It's to really push the discussion beyond the usual. Alam mo naman, hindi naman hackneyed ano, but like we have to go beyond just surface level analysis. Kaya of course you're correct. We have to have a summit now. We have to do something about it. Ako naman, how many more wake-up calls we need? Kasi sa West Philippines, in fairness naman, at least na-realize natin, we cannot just rely on the US. We have to build our own defense strategy, our own defense industry. So maybe we'll move on that front. We just had an interview with Admiral Ong on that issue. I'm just saying this one is also exposing how weak we are structurally to cope with this international crisis. And we're going to be a G20 economy in the coming years. We're 120 million people. We're more than Ukraine and Iran combined almost. Or at least as like we're a big country by population and all. We're gonna be a big economy. So parang for me unacceptable yung ganitong level ng parang completely helpless, hapless tayo. But having said that, if you're Sara Duterte right now, what is your short run prospect? Kasi nakita ko, Sir Ronald, yung isang pumalpak na campaign manager ni BBM nung 2025 ay biglang naging pro good governance. Ngayon naman, ang line niya yata na ano to, parang inaapi si Sara Duterte. What's going on, Sir Ronald? Can you give me an update? Kasi I'm so out of touch na sa Philippine politics.
Ayoko i-deconstruct itong idiot na 'to, no? Ayoko siyang, dahil, baka sabihin sinerseryoso ko siya. Yung mga idiots na 'yan, 'no, na mga small players, wag mo na pansinin, no? Focus on the big players, the decision makers, no? Halimbawa, itong, sa oil, yung big players, lahat ng problema dito sa crisis, ipapasa nila pass on sa consumers. Sila yung mga billionaires No, if I were the president, I will ask them to share part of the burden. Tapos tatakutin ko sila or else I will make it very difficult for you. Babayad ba kayo ng tamang taxes? Are you obeying certain regulations like itong 60-day reserves, etc., etc. So, napaka-powerful ng presidente kahit free market yung ating system, kahit deregulated yung regime sa oil. Ang dami mong pwedeng gawin to pressure these big players who are earning billions of dollars, no? Tapos ngayon sa crisis ay hindi na, wala man lang silang iso-shoulder kahit konti. Lahat ibabagsak sa consumers, no? 'Di ba? FY, 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 PI, PI, no? I can make things hard for you, no? Ang ganun ba? No?
Balita ko, almost trillionaire na si Enrique Razon, no? Grabe.
Laki
Trillionaire
ng
na
abot,
pala siya in peso.
16.5
Grabe.
billion, di ba? Dollars. Tapos yung susunod, si Ramon Ang, magkano ba? 3? 3 billion dollars.
Grabe.
Yun ang abot, di ba? Mm.
Grabe. Ang layo niya na. Tapos binibili niya lahat ng mga malalaking port, electricity across Latin America. Philip, magkakaroon ba ng Manila Empire? Kasi
Mukhang
parang
bibili din siya ng oil galing sa Latin America.
exactly,
Mukhang
we're
mag
buying everything in Latin America thanks to Razon.
Yes.
Grabe.
Meron siyang port sa China, meron siya sa US,
Spain din, ang
meron siya
dami
sa
nating
Argentina,
investments.
meron
Yeah.
siya sa Australia, di ba? Muntik na sa Iran. Muntik na sa
Baka sa
Iran.
Hormuz, he will buy one in Hormuz.
Hindi nanalo si Trump, hawak na yung biggest port
Saan?
sa
Chabahar or Bandar Abbas? Which
Bandar Abbas,
Bandar
no? The
Abbas? Wait, that's
port.
right at the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes,
Oh,
hawak na yun.
wow.
The biggest. The biggest. Kung hindi nanalo si Trump. Parang nag-open up si
Biden.
Obama, di
Yeah,
ba?
yeah, yeah.
Tuloy yun ni Hillary kung nanalo siya. So, opening up yun eh, no? Sa Iran.
I didn't
Ah,
know yung Bandar Abbas. Like, that would have been a game changer. I mean, like,
ang nag-iisang port sa Iraq, nagpapatakbo si Ricky Razon, Basra.
which is
Tapos
right
before
next on the other side, next to Khark Island.
the
Oh,
Civil
wow.
War, hawak na yung port of Syria. Before the Civil War.
Ang galing pala ni Razon. World
Very
Empire na pala tayo.
strategic yung kanyang pagtingin, no?
Galing,
Ito,
galing. Galing.
ito yung end ng Silk Road, no? So, marunong siya. Alam na, this is the transit point of empires, no?
Razon Road. Tawagan natin Razon Road.
Di
So,
ba?
missing na lang yung Bandara Boss, no? If he gets that, he completes the Razon Silk Road, no?
I've been
Grabe.
there. It's a huge port.
Eh,
Pero doon ako, ang nakita ko lang doon, Turkish container
containers, yeah.
bringing food, no? Wheat, etc. At saka mga Japanese businessmen, tsaka Chinese businessmen. Because of the
Electronics and all,
embargo.
yeah. Bandar
Imagine it.
Abbas. I didn't know that. But who knows if the Strait of Hormuz situation becomes structurally new reality, baka nga, and then they cut the deal. So there was just a report that came out that showed actually the negotiations. I don't know if you saw the news. The National Security Advisor of UK said he was there during the negotiations between Iran and US. Now actually things were moving forward very well. Big concessions were being made. Even a peace deal probably was being negotiated. So I don't know what's gonna happen after this war, but it looks like there was some openness to something really big, some sort of grand bargain. But Sir Ron, if you're so Sara Duterte, what's her situation now? Ano siya? Deadma siya sa. So this is gonna move to the Senate now. What's the timeline we're looking at?
Oh, no, no. Sa 25th, mag-resume yung Justice Committee. Nag-convene sila today. Pero break na tomorrow. No, break na. So, babalik sila sa 25 para pag-usapan na ito na, yung tawag na mini trial na hiningi ng Supreme Court decision when they quashed the impeachment last year. So, ang nangyayari na to. Tapos, next month, after Holy Week, magsisimula na yung semi-trial, mini trial proper. Diyan na magpapatawag ng mga tetestigo, ng ebidensya. Yung posibleng bagong evidence diyan, sino ba to? Yung nakakulong? Si Madriaga. No?
Oh
Si
yeah.
Madriaga. Na ang suggestion ni Chel Jokno, i-take custody na ng Congress dahil may mga death threats daw sa kulungan, no? Yung sabi ni Sara na hindi niya kakilala, yung pala, binabati niya sa birthday noong 2022, no? Bago nakulong. Tapos ikalawa, itong sinasabi ni Justice Committee Head Luistro na pwede nilang pabuksan yung bank accounts ni Sara as Congress, as Justice Committee. Dahil nakalagay daw sa konstitusyon, pwedeng isuspend yung bank secrecy laws, no? In the service of impeachment. At yung impeachment hindi lang nangyayari sa Senate. Yung impeachment nangyayari din sa House. Kaya medyo confident sila, pwede nilang pabuksan ito. Worst case, pwede pabuksan niya ng ombudsman para sa purposes ng pag-check ng SALN. No? So, merong dalawang option diyan. Kaya medyo kinakabahan si Sara na baka mabuksan ito at kung totoo na hundreds of millions, even billions ang pumasok sa kanyang bank account at sa bank account ng kanyang asawa at ito ay nanggaling sa mga anomalous sources, drug lords, pogo lords as Trillanes and Deputy Ombudsman Karandang ay sinasabi before, then this could be a game changer. No? This can be a game changer. Even bago siya umakyat sa Senate, na mas uphill dahil two-thirds ang
Meron na
kailangan.
kaagad, oo.
Mm-mm. So, yan. Pero, ang sinasabi naman ng mga Duterte, ba't itutuloy pa yung impeachment? Eh, ang laki ng ating problema sa economy.
Parang
No?
parati may ibang dahilan para walang impeachment, no? Parati
So,
may
diba?
Ukraine war, may Iran war, may climate change, may
Oo.
SMNI.
Oo.
Parang
So,
gawain mo rin yan sa Ronald, no? Pag ayaw mo ng isang bagay,
yaman,
maghanap ka.
yaman,
Hanap tayo
no?
dyan. Eh, hindi
Kaya nga,
pwede dahil may ano meron dyan. Ito, hindi na pwede.
I always confront these issues head on. Hindi ako nag nagda-divert, no? Ganyan-ganyan. Ayun lang pag nalate ako sa meeting, taas kaagad ako ng kamay. Diba?
Meron din akong mga kilala dito na ganyan din. Baka may madulas ako.
Ah,
Parang, bakit taga-Oxford ba to? Ang daming sinasabi. Hindi pala taga-Oxford, ang daming tanong. Ayan na naman sa Ron. Ang dami pala mga Ronald Liamasi, Liamasi Seniori style. Last question, Sir Ronald. Um,
ah,
Marami naman nagagalit sa akin. Wala nga akong ginagawa. Busy-busy ako sa ibang propaganda. Nung sinabi ko na may internal survey na nagsabi, hindi ko sinabi si Lenny,
nagulat ako eh. No, nakichismis ka lang, nilabas mo na kaagad eh. Pinost mo na kaya kaagad. Sabi ko ba, kanino kaya
Hindi,
nakuha niya?
minention mo yan! Minention mo yan! Di ko
Huh?
sinabi naman, di ko naman sinabi. Sabi ko, di ko sinasabi si Lenny yan, or Risa yan, or ano yan, Bam yan.
Kaya anong tinatanong nila, saan nakuha ni Richard yan? Malay ko lang, chismoso yun eh. Sabi ko.
Chismosa parehas nga tayo ng sources ng chismis natin. mas, mas embellished ka
Sabi ko,
lang sa akin.
baka nakuha niya kay Attorney Falsis. Si
Ay, hindi,
Attorney
hindi.
Falsis,
That's our
Marites.
part, may Tweety Birds yan. Hindi na kailangan ng, ano yan, propaganda. Tweety Birds. Sa tayo walang Tweety Bird eh. Kaya kailangan natin ng direct. No, sir, baka you wanna say something on that. I mean, again, you don't wanna give out the names, the institution, etc. Pero ano na, the genie is out of the bottle. Ano bang basa mo diyan? So, do you think there's momentum building up for a particular
Kahit
candidate
naman,
na?
kahit naman tignan mo most surveys, talaga namang hindi naman
Oh, ano?
nagpa-plateau naman si Sara eh. Dito nga sa latest ng Pulse Asia, bumaba pa siya by 3 percentage points eh. Dito sa approval rating habang tumaas si BBM. Negligible pa rin yon dahil yung margin of error 2.8% eh. 'Di ba? Pero nakikita mo na hindi naman siya tumataas in spite of everything.
May
Kaya
ceiling
ang
na
tawag ko dyan, the Jojo Binay
effect.
situation.
Effect.
Jojo Binay naman, mataas pa ng 40% eh. Nung second half ng kanyang term as Vice President. Siya ang pinakamataas sa lahat. Pero, pwede siyang habulin. No? Hindi siya beyond doon sa mahirap ng habulin like ERAP. Sa ERAP kasi simula pa lang hanggang dulo mataas na eh. No? So, ito ay kayang habulin. Lalo na if all the others ay hindi magpapatakbo maliban sa isa. Hindi ko sinasabing koalisyon, hindi ko sinasabing alliance. Kung isa lang ang papatakbuhin, doable yan. Ikalawa, itong impeachment. Kung ano man yung ebidensya na lalabas, it will take its toll, no, on Sara. Ito lang ang sa ICC, pwede rin siya tamaan. Dahil siyempre, Sarah is the creation of his father. Kung yung father niya tatamaan ng ebidensya sa crimes against humanity, tatamaan din siya. Basta wag lang mamatay si Digong, no? So, so,
Kasi malapit sa election, God forbid.
so ang tingin ko rito na kahit mataas siya, may mga internal surveys na sinasabi ay kaya siyang habulin kung isa lang ang kandidato, no?
Pero
Yun ang
does that mean that Tulfo will have to endorse that person if Rafi is not gonna run? If Rani
yeah,
Rafi
yeah, yeah, yeah.
dapat
Because
actively endorse.
yes, because Tulpo won't endorse Sara, no? I'm almost sure of that. Ikalawa, Juan Tulpo, posibleng open na tumakbo as vice. Paano kung may tatakbong
Erwin.
pink
Yeah.
or red na presidente, siyempre ang kukunin nila yung hindi kanila, no? Kukuha sila dun sa merong mileage, may traction pero hindi kanila. That could be a tulpo, no? That could be a tulpo. Dahil mataas ang
Pero
tulpo
dapat
eh.
active talaga endorsement. No? Kasi
Well,
if you
kung
look at
tatakbo si Erwin Tulfo, wala naman choice kundi mag-active, di ba? I doubt kung open yung mga Tulfo mag-vice kay Sara. No, I doubt that very much. Tsaka
yun
may
nga,
vice na rin si Sara eh.
oo.
Napakagandang
Wait,
lalaki.
wait. Hindi na si Aimee. Dream team yun, di ba? Aimee, Sarah.
On, dream on. Ang may suggestion lang yan si Harry Roque.
Wait, actually, I almost forgot Harry Roque. Sobrang, I think this is the first month na halos hindi natin na-mention si Harry Roque until minention mo. Pag kinombine mo palang pink and red, may pagka fuchsia na parang ano eh, may pagka, ano yun eh, maganda palang combination ng color yan, pero babasya
Tapos
naman tayo.
lumalabas-labas siya pero wala lang pumapansin sa kanya eh.
Yun nga eh. But Sir Ronald, like, if kasi yung isang survey, online yan, parang it sounds like Orange. A certain version of Orange. Doon, pag tinanggal mo si Rafi Tulfo, mas akyat si Sara. Parang the idea is that some of the Rafi Tulfo base is actually amenable to the Duterte brand.
Of
And
course,
considering
dahil
the Tulfos were
properties.
close. Yeah, kaya nga.
Oo,
So how do you go again? How do you deal with that? Kasi, yeah.
Unless, sabihin ng mga tulpo, ito ang aming presidente. Diba? Yung sinasabi mong active campaign.
Oh, active. Hindi pwede
Mangyayari
passive.
yan, mangyayari yan kung Vice President, whoever that is a tulpo. Ibig sabihin, yung tulpo brand, mapupunta doon sa presidente na hindi si Sara.
It could be one of the pink candidates.
Kaya kung tatakbo ko for president, kukunin ko si Erwin or si Rafi as Vice President.
Pero kukunin ka ba nila?
Ha? Ha? Eh
Ikaw
bakit naman,
kukun.
bakit
I
naman
think
hindi?
they will be scared. If you're the president, the first thing na they will ask, defense minister. Gawin mo kaming defense minister.
Pero ano mas matatakot naman sila kung Vice President ako? Imagine, di ba? May kukuha ba sa akin
Nakakatakot
Vice
yan. Yeah,
President?
yeah.
May
Ah.
kukuha ba sa akin Vice President? Di ba?
Sir, ako, nightmare ko talaga ikaw yung NSA or defense secretary. Kudeta ka agad yan. Wala pa yung inauguration. Iba na yung president.
Ito nga eh. Yung isang possible game changer dahil itong intelligence chief ng Iran napatay. Di ba?
Although I really don't understand, like, okay, you get tactical gains, but their pool is so deep, and if most likely more of their hardliner younger guys will come up. I just don't understand. I think this is more like PR tactical success, but strategically, I just really don't see any change. This is just gonna make things worse. But
Pero si Larijani is something else. He's the power behind the throne. More powerful than Khamenei. No? Yan yung linchpin eh. Yan ang kalaban ng Israel, ng Mossad. Yan yung kwan. Hindi yan pushover, no? Ma-wipe out mo yung entire military leadership ng Iran. May papalit. Hindi ko sigurado kung sino yung kaya. Dahil kwan lang siya eh. Hindi lang yan intelligence
uh,
political
they're
yan, no?
relaxed. Eh. I don't know if
Yan,
they were relaxed. Parang pumunta lang
yan
sa
ang
bahay ng
tinatawag
ano.
ng mga Revolutionary Guards, no? Yan yung tumatahi ng lahat. Especially international operations nila. Hindi lang domestic.
Bakit ba kagad yan ang inisip mo, Sir Ronald? Parang napaka-dark. Sabi ko lang, wag kang gawin NSA or security assassination.
Hindi na baka naisip ko yung isang,
No,
usually mga
no, it's a big thing. There's still a debate.
especially sa Iran. Si
Yeah,
Ali is very important.
but I think the big actors will be from now Kolibov, the current parliamentary and a former general din sa Revolutionary Guard. So there are a couple of other people are looking at. Let's see. It's a very fluid situation, Sir Ronald. But let's be honest, before we end on this, are you surprised that we're 3 weeks into this conflict and it looks like a dangerous stalemate? I mean, did you expect this to turn this crazy? Because ako ang basa ko is from Ukraine war to this war, what we're realizing is wala na yung mystic ng superpowers. The idea that you have one superpower can topple another country in one day, 2 day. Parang wala
Yes,
na yung mystic na yan eh. Modern warfare has completely changed everything.
yes. Pabago-bago ang objectives ng US eh. Nung una ay to force Iran para wasakin yung kanilang nuclear program and bring them to the
Capitulate.
negotiating table. Tapos sumunod, regime change. Tapos sumunod, pricing, no, etc. Ngayon, boots on the ground? Of course not. No? So, ano na ba talaga yung objective nila ngayon? Nagbabago na. Mukhang nakikita kong objective nila ngayon, a graceful exit.
Well,
No?
I mean, one thing changed. I think suddenly Trump is saying they're very high IQ people. This is a
Oh,
high
it's a chess
level
game. It's
chess
a
game.
chess game. Oh.
Very smart people. Tremendous power. Like, like Sir Ronald, he was just asking these guys to capitulate 2 weeks. Now he's saying they have
And
tremendous
killing
power.
everyone, no? Killing everyone sa leadership nila.
They have
That's
tremendous power.
clearly an assassination, di ba? Hindi dahil meron akong hindi ko sinusuportahan yung itong Iranian regime, no? Eh kawawa rin yung mga tao nila, 'di ba? Thousands have been killed, no? Pero
What's the offer? And then who are you going to negotiate with? If puro
yeah,
hardliners will take over, yeah.
ayusin mo,
Yeah, ang
no?
gulo nga. It's ang gulo eh. Sobrang gulo nito. I'm really worried kasi kanina lang I think if it's Israel who hit the South Pars gas field of Iran. So Iran is gonna hit again other facility. I mean, it's really getting out of control at Dubai. It's wow, it's crazy, Saron. I didn't expect it to deteriorate this fast. And the
Yes.
Emiratis are saying they might join the war na
Kung
if
sa akin yung kalmo, yung flight mo para tawagan ko sila
Oo
na
nga eh, drone protection. The
oh,
Ukrainians will put
oh,
drone interceptors around me.
touch this or I'll be angry.
Ah,
Sabi nga ni Bruce,
very high level people.
Sabi nga ni Bruce Banner, you wouldn't like it when I'm angry. No?
Yun. Yan ang gusto ko sa Sir
Ah,
Ronald. Yung mga... Ano ulit yung
when
favorite
people-
character mo? Si Natasha doon sa War and Peace.
oh,
Kinabahan na naman ako. Ito na naman si Sir ano na naman. Ma-toxic
okay na.
masculine.
Okay na. On
Ano
that
pwedeng
note,
character na sabihin? Na lalaki, na ano. Tapos ayan ka na naman. Teenager pa lang ako. Binabasa ko yung si Natasha sa War and Peace.
hindi
Kinabahan ako.
teenager. Elementary. No?
Elementary. Nako, delikado ka talaga, Sir Ronald.
I'm a
Batang-bata ka pa.
voracious reader then. Ngayon, hindi na ako nagbabasa.
Ayan. Hindi ka nagbabasa, Sir Ronald, kasi ngayon samurai ka na. Thank you, Sensei. Shogun Ronald Llamas. Thank you. Hindi tayo masyado hypersonic missile analysis talaga. I'm worried na nag-overstretch yung expertise natin.
Hindi,
Nag
next time, pwede mo isa-isahin yung mga
Oo.
pangalan lahat ng klase ng
Ejil Sek 2, Fatah
lahat
2,
ng
mga
klase
ganun.
ng missiles
Oo.
ng Iran. Pwede mo
Kinabahan
isa-isahin.
talaga ako nung nilabas mo yan. Ito yung mga following nila. Ito yung speed, Mach 10. Ito, Mach 15. My re-entry. Like, sabi ko, Sir Ron. Kaya nga this time, sabi ko, mag-Russian novels na lang tayo. I think we can be safer. Russian
So,
novels. Thank you
okay?
very much. Das Vidania, my good friend. Maybe we'll discuss Cuba next week because that's also
Yes.
another very
Uh,
crazy situation as we
the
speak.
new
China. Oo,
target of
grabe yung Cuba situation. I think kaya nga tahimik si Rubio yata. Cuba yata ang focus niya.
imagine mo yung ginawa ni Epstein. Ginulo buong mundo.
Grabe talaga. I think
Okay,
ilabas
good
ni
night.
Epstein para mawala yung news cycle ulit.
Okay.
On that note, thank you very much. Das Vidania, Sir Ronald Llamas, my brother Karamazov. Talk to you soon.